When I was 16 years old, babysitting was an additional source of income, and I was lucky enough to have many families in my area that needed a babysitter. A lady that babysat for quite often asked me one day if I would mind caring for her sister's baby. She mentioned that her sister had a hard time keeping a babysitter. Well, of course, I thought it was due to the child. I didn't mind at all. I quickly accepted the job, meaning more income for myself, and she was a super nice lady. However, I didn't like her husband. He didn't want to be bothered with the baby at all, and he was always in a mood. For the most part, he was away a lot. My first day, she made a point to tell me that the house was quirky, making a lot of strange noises and whatnot. She told me to call her if I had any problems. I thought it was strange, but dismissed it as just being because she was nervous to leave her baby with a new sitter. My first week was really uneventful. A few weird noises, but I just dismissed them. One distinctive thing that I remember about the house was that it was always dark. Even on the brightest day, it was always really dark. During the day, you still had to have the lights on, even with the curtains open. The baby, who was only 6 months old, had a cute rainbow nightlight. It was an older one that you manually had to use some force to click on and off. Once it lightened up some in the morning, I would go and turn off the nightlight. Well, morning came, and I turned off the nightlight. I went out to the living room to catch up on some homework, and as soon as I got settled, the baby started screaming. I rushed into his room. He was hysterical and the nightlight was on. I know for a fact that I turned it off. It wasn't a mistake or something I thought I did. I played it in my mind over and over again. I know that I turned that light off. I took the baby and comforted him. I was so disoriented and scared I didn't even try to turn it off again. I thought if something wants it on, it can be on. I didn't tell the mother about the nightlight. Every day she would come and ask me if everything was okay, and I knew she wasn't just talking about her son. Over the next few weeks, the experiences came more and more often. Lights turning on and off and doors closing by themselves. All of the events finally came to a peak. I was in the kitchen mixing oatmeal for the baby, when from behind something tugged the bottom hem of my shirt and hard. It was so hard that my shirt tightened around my neck. I turned around and no one was there. I screamed and ran into the living room where the baby stared at me from his high chair like I was crazy. I didn't tell his mother about this either. I don't know why I didn't tell her. Maybe I was scared that she would think I was crazy, or maybe I just didn't want to bother her with it, or maybe I was just scared since I never told anyone. Finally, she and her husband moved out of the house that fall, making their stay only 10 months. I was the only babysitter who managed to be permanent during their time. I never discussed the events that happened there. Later, I did some research on the area. It's incredibly rural and as southern as you can get. It also has a rich history in Indian tribes. While looking up the house, I discovered that during its construction, evidence of a full Indian burial site had been discovered. In my life, I've seen some things. Some things that are odd. When I was 8 or 9, I lived in a small trailer park. I had a few friends there and we'd often spend time near a large house made at some point in the 1810s. The house itself was blocked off to public. However, there was a tire swing just outside the gate, which is where me and my friends would often hang out over there. One fall day, me and my friends, let's call them Claire and Quinn, decided to spend our day by the tire swing, and good off the way we usually did. Quinn sat on the tire swing and was goofing off when she noticed a light was on in one of the rooms inside the house. Since no one was allowed in the home, we'd figured the lights didn't work, but apparently we were wrong. Soon the light went off and we brushed it off and assumed it was some idiot kids trespassing. A few minutes later, another light on the lower floor came on. The lights continuously shut on and off, and me, Claire, and Quinn were thoroughly confused. That's when we saw him. Claire's eyes locked onto a window. I looked at what she was staring at so intently. In the second floor window, a man as white as a sheet stood looking at us. I don't know how I know, but the feeling from looking at him told me that he or it wasn't human. Quinn looked pale and Claire tugged on Quinn's shirt to get her attention. The lights shut off and all three of us sprinted out of there. I haven't seen or heard about anything like that happening there ever since, and quite frankly, I hope I never do. Granted, we don't know who or what that was. We all could tell that whatever it was wasn't safe and certainly not normal. To really get my story, you have to have an understanding of my third-floor landing. There's a single set of stairs that lead up to it. Once on the landing, it's a T-shape, with an office to the left, my bedroom to the right, and straight ahead is a bathroom with a shower. Anyway, one night at 10 p.m. I'm taking a shower before I head to sleep. The glass panels on my shower is that convex glass that blurs everything, so everything was blurred and unclear. I glance at the door, and I see some kind of hand-like figure. Now, it was pitch black, so right there it freaked me out because I come from a family of pale white Welsh people. What freaked me out more was how the hand seemed to come through the door, or at least an angle where whomever the hand belonged to would be visible. All it did was hit the lights. That's it. No noise, no attack or anything. It just turned off the damn lights. So there I am. I just witnessed a phantom hand, and now I'm in my shower and it's pitch damn black. I've never been so chilled to the bone before. Something about being in the darkness of the night, with the only noise being the water hitting the floor beneath me, just reduced me to the most primal state of pure fear I've ever been in. I eventually get myself to leave the shower and hit the lights. The relief that came over me was immense. I've never been able to explain it. The stairs up to the landing are old and creak like hell. I would have heard someone come and go down. No one was in my room, or the office. Weirder still, nothing like it has happened since.
If you enjoy the video, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to support us, share it to your bestie.